All right. Happy Tuesday, Team Chat Tuesday, 7 p.m. every week. So for those who caught up on all of my bombarding posts today, make sure you go and watch that video on 80 Day Obsession. Make sure you go watch the video. It's from Autumn. She's fantastic. She's so real and so to the point. So make sure you go and watch that. And then get clear on like what the prices are, all of the packages and all of that, and start talking about it now. Start talking about it as much as you can. Talk about the launch up to a little obsessed. Do that program. Talk about it. Post about it. Share transformations. If they have an Instagram page and they have a Facebook page, so you can find transformations all over the place. Go use them. Go post about them. Go share about them. I'm going to be sharing about them from now and onward. Reminder, I posted about it, but we're doing a 3-day refresh in January. So all throughout the month of December, people can be purchasing their 3-day refresh, and so they'll have it in time for January. Now, I don't recommend getting offering it in January, because unless it's like super last minute people who did not commit during December, only because you're gonna be wanting to talk about 80 Day Obsession. So you don't want to be talking about the refresh and holding yourself back from being able to talk about the 3-day refresh or whatever. Or you want to be strategic. So to use the 3-day refresh right now, especially in this month, because it's going to be a tricky month for people to commit $186, right? There is going to be people, don't get me wrong, there's going to be people who want to commit. There's going to be people who want to sign up. However, it's going to be so much easier for them to say yes to you to a challenge pack in January than it is now. So you still want to make sure that you're getting your income goals and getting that trust and that credibility. So getting them onto the 3-day refresh, it's like $70 for it to be delivered with vegan Shakeology. I think it's $80 or less, right? So it's well worth it. It's worth every single penny. Talk about it, share about it. Go find transformations from it. I'll be posting mine tonight after this call, so you can use mine if you want. And other than that, I think that was all. There's a couple of things that's going to be happening, like prize-wise. Right now we have our Clean Week group going on, and it's going fantastic. So if you're in that, awesome. Talk about it, use it. And a big shout out to Morgan, because she announced that she's going full-time in May. So amazing. So proud of you. Other than that, let's do this thing. So Maddie is a superstar, fantastic soul sister of mine, and she's going to talk to you about finding your voice and using it and being you. So take it away, my love.
What is up, guys?
Your lighting looks really good. Yes.
Okay, it's real janky though.
I don't care. Just leave it. It looks so good. You're not white, so you look super tan.
Great. I think it's the orange room. What's up, guys? Ray and I were going back and forth on what I should talk about tonight, and it was like between this topic and organization. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. I am probably the least organized person on the planet. So I really wanted to talk with you guys about something that I'm super passionate about, and that's something that is my voice, something that I feel really pumped up talking about, and that's finding your voice. And my language is owning your magic. That's kind of my whole thing, my whole spiel. So if you see my page, I'm trying to make my business approach, my challenge groups, my sneak peeks, all about owning your magic. And if I'm real with you guys, it has taken me over a year to figure out that that's what my thing is. So if you haven't found your voice, if you haven't discovered what your spiel or your focus or your whole bit is, That's okay. Like, you can change your team name 6 months from now, because that's what I did. Like, it's going to take you growing as a coach, as a person, to figure out what you're good at and what you're passionate about. So don't be afraid to fail forward. Don't be afraid to go with what you are feeling as your voice now. But also don't be afraid if you feel like you've changed, if a part of you has changed and your focus has shifted, don't be afraid to change your business. This is your business. It's the most beautiful part of being a coach, is that it's all ours. Like, if you want to change it, change it. Like, who cares? Because the more you change and hone in on what is you and what is your voice, the more authentic you're going to begin to sound, and the more people are going to begin to believe you, begin to trust you, and that is when you're going to find your tribe. That is when you're going to find the people who really vibe with you, because they are hearing what is the true voice that is you. And I have found that the coaches that I hired, that signed up under me a year ago, are very much reflective of what my mindset was a year ago. Whereas the coaches that have signed up under me now are, and a year ago, I was very hesitant. I was very shy. I was very unwilling to try something that someone else hadn't done, because I was worried about what it was going to look like. Those coaches, very reflective of that. They're hesitant to run. They are very shy, and they are nervous about what other people are going to think of them. It is very crazy that the vibe you put out is going to be very reflective of the people who sign up underneath you. So if you're being kind of sketchy, you're probably going to get kind of sketchy people who are going to back out real quick. So be very, very conscious of the vibe, of the energy, of the voice that you put out there, because it's going to reflect in your clients, in your coaches. But now the coaches that I have signing up under me, slowly but surely, as I'm finding my voice, I am finding coaches who run. And it's such a breath of fresh air. So I didn't have like a solid business building coach until a year into my business. And it took me hearing Shay Stanford is an incredible resource. If I'm sure Ray has shown you her stuff. If you need some info, like from a nutrition, pharmaceutical standpoint on Shakeology or any of our other products, go to Shay. Watch her YouTube videos. They're at your ready. They're accessible to you. Use them, because you will see that is her niche. That is her voice. She's realized that she's real darn good at talking about the ingredients, and people trust her, and people, sign up under her because she's so knowledgeable. Those are the kind of people who are going to sign up under her, the people that need to know what's in something. Whereas, someone who signs up with Ray needs someone who's not going to BS them, someone who's going to tell them straight up what they need to hear, even if it's not what they want to hear. Someone who's going to sign up under me now is going to be someone who has probably struggled mentally a lot. And so it can be challenging for me with clients, because I know that they struggle with mindset, and mindset is one of the hardest things to overcome in a transformation. I have had clients who have had these insane physical transformations and turn around and call themselves fat. They are half the person that they used to be, and they still think like they used to be. So think about that in terms of your business. Are you viewing your business as you want it to look, or are you viewing your business as how you started, that you're still a baby coach? So if you treat your business, if you talk like how you want your business to look, that's where your business is going to go. If you talk about your business constantly about where it is, you're going to stay where it is. Want to know how I know that? Because that's the freaking same thing that I do. I talk about my business how it is right now. I treat my business how it is right now. But that changed like a week ago. Really, it changed a couple months ago when I really dug into PD, but it really changed about a week ago when I realized that I had a goal that I was looking at as almost an end game goal. But really, it was just like the first step. And as soon as I changed that mindset, I started to treat my business differently. I started treating my business like I want it to be in the long run rather than what it looks like right now. And that vibe has translated into, going from a couple weeks of stagnant business into a bit of a steadier flow, having more people reach out to me, because your vibe will change as your energy changes, as your voice changes. So I say all that because it is so, so important, because we are in a season of mass network marketing. There are so many network marketing businesses. There are so many network marketing businesses right now that you have to stand out, and not in a glamour fashion, like you don't have to have all this glitz and glamour to you, but you have to sound authentic, because that is what people want. They want a real person that they don't have to see in real life, if that makes sense. They don't want to actually have to deal with people. They don't want to go to a store for the most part. They don't want to go out, and that's why Amazon is so big. Everyone wants to do everything online. Everything is transitioning onto online. They still want the authenticity of being in person with someone. So, a couple of tips that I have found in terms of finding your voice. Instagram stories. Holy crap, if you're not using them, get on that train yesterday, because people, it's like Snapchat, but for Instagram. So whenever you start building your voice, your brand, whatever it may be, and you're using Instagram stories, people are going to see you change. They hear your voice change daily. They hear the effects of your programs, of your personal development, and they get curious. And then if you randomly post, I've got a new post up about XYZ, then they really get to see, your content. But really, people are just curious about what you do every day. People are nosy and they want to know about what you do. And Bonnie had this brilliant idea to do a 3-day sneak peek into coaching on Instagram stories, which I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most brilliant idea that you've ever had. Because now you don't have to run a freaking group about sneak peek. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother time. But all that to be said, use your voice. Like, I've had people who, when I was just on Facebook, I would, message them, which is crazy to think that that's already old news, to use Facebook Messenger all the time. But then I would get them on the phone if I could. My thing is saying, hey, what's the, if someone says, yeah, I'm interested, you say, okay, awesome. I would love to chat in more detail with you about it. What's your preferred method of contact? Like, would you prefer texting or call or email? That way, you're still going to continue the conversation. So the conversation is still in your hands, but they feel like it's in theirs, because they're getting to choose a method of contact that's comfortable to them. Most people are going to say texting. You say, oh, okay, sweet. Give me your number. I'll text you up. They're not going to believe you. They don't think you're actually going to text them and talk to them like a real person. But most people that I talk to on the phone, they're like, oh, you talk the exact same as you post. I'm like, yeah, because I'm a real person. So make sure that your posts reflect your real voice, because you want to get people to, especially if they sign up and they're in your group, you want them to trust you because they know you, they know your voice. They get in that group, they don't want to be shocked. If you shock them with a different voice, a different something, they're gone, out. Cancel that thing, send that thing back real quick. We've had it happen. You need to be authentic through and through, from your posts to your messages to your contact, whatever it might be, email, text, call, whatever it is. Your voice needs to be the same all the time. It's going to make your posts seem kind of informal. If you haven't noticed, most of us don't post super formal posts anymore, because no one wants that. It sounds yucky and inauthentic, because it is. So don't copy and paste a post that Ray does, even if it's freaking on point, because it's not your post. It's not your voice. Take the idea if you love it. I've had people copy and paste my post before, and I don't know about you, but it really irritates me. It's kind of a compliment, because clearly you're awesome, but it's inauthentic. So take the idea if you love it and change it into your own voice. And it's okay if your voice changes over time. Mine has. I lost my train of thought. There was something. I had a good point. But if y'all know me, I'm such a squirrel. Like, I lose my train of thought. I am not great at focusing. But here's the thing. I post about that. I talk about that, my Instagram stories. And I'm like, y'all, my phone died like half hour ago, but I didn't have time to recharge it and actually tell you guys what I was doing. Like, you have to let people know where you struggle. I mean, don't complain, add value, but let people know you're a real person. Like, you've got your own issues, whatever that might be. You don't have to drag all of the dirt out, but let people know, where you struggle. Or, if you have a struggle day with eating, talk about it in your own voice, whatever it is that you struggle with, and say, but here's the thing. I've got this sweet group of people that are standing on my back. Like, I still got this. I'm going to keep going. I wouldn't have if I didn't have these people behind me, but I got this. Let people know that you are you, but that you've also got a tribe of people supporting you 1000%. And that's what people want. They crave community, but they don't want to have to go out and find it. To be completely honest. So you got to talk about it. You have to use like your voice. I told Ray this in this like mastermind group. But I was bullied on Facebook in high school. And I was honestly terrified and a little nervous and felt kind of like weird about using Facebook as a positive platform, because all I'd known about it was that it was negative. That was all that I ever thought about it, that it was this highlight reel. People talked about the good stuff. It's not what it's for. It can be you. Well, it is a lot of times. People rant on Facebook. People share political crud on Facebook. But it can be used for so much more. I think that one thing that we forget is how valuable our voice can be to just even one person. Like, you matter to someone, even if you haven't met that someone yet. Like, your voice is going to change someone's life. Like, you have to own it. Don't try to be someone else, because this particular person who needs you doesn't need someone else. They don't need Ray. They don't need me. They need you. So you have to own your voice, because you could be that person to someone else. Just like Bonnie was that person to me. Just like this group of coaches who were Bonnie's coaches are now that person to me too. Just like I hope that I can be to my clients and my coaches. But it takes owning who you are and your magic and your voice to be able to inspire people, to have that positive domino effect of inspiring everyone below them. Like, you have the power with your voice to make a huge difference. And by huge difference, like, if you change one person's life, like, sweet. That is, I mean, talk about fulfilling. I remember the first time one of my coaches hit Emerald, and I like did the biggest happy dance on the planet. And not because I'm celebrating an achievement of mine, but because I'm celebrating an achievement of someone else's. And like, if I hadn't had the confidence to go out and talk to her in the first place, she wouldn't be there. So think about, what Ray's done for you. Think about whatever post it was that was like, okay, I'm in. Take that very seriously. And like, I remember the post that Bonnie made that, I was like, all right, fine, I'm in. And it was her story. And it wasn't her debt story, because that doesn't resonate with me. It wasn't her working tons of jobs, because that didn't resonate with me. It was her anxiety. It was her finding herself in this journey and inspiring others along the way. I was like, heck yes, I want to grab some hands with some freaking sweet people and grow together. So your story is so special. Even the darkest part of it can be a place to be able to sit with someone else who's in the same spot. You can be that light and show them that there is the potential to come out of it. Like, I see so many people on Facebook, and it makes me so upset sometimes, that just complain about how terrible their life is. And I'm like, but don't you realize that you have the power, just by choosing to see whatever circumstance it is differently, to change how you view whatever just happened to you? But here's the thing is, I have the ability to post about that. I have the ability to use my voice to try to speak to that person. And you have the same. So if you scroll your newsfeed and you see a couple things that really stir something inside of you, post about it. Journal about it first, maybe meditate a little bit. Figure out why it resonates with you, and then post about it, because your mess, whatever it is that you went through, the dark, the mess, it can be a message if you choose to let it be one. And I have had so many people that have reached out to me about anxiety and that they relate to it on such a personal level because I've been open about it. I don't complain about it, but I'm open about it. And I talk about resolving it. I talk about, how I'm working on it, because so many people crave to be able to solve their problems. And you have so many tools in your wheelhouse as a coach, from our products to our community, to be able to solve so many problems. Like when we were at the Florida retreat and Shay was talking about all the products we have, I was like, I knew about Shaco, knew about the Performance Line, knew of the Ultimate Reset, but I had no idea what's actually in it. And it's talking about all these things that it can solve. And I was like, I've been limiting what I could talk to people about. And I'm limiting my volume, I'm limiting my income, because I'm limiting myself to just one or two things. Like, you have the potential to solve so many issues by just simply talking about it and recognizing that you have freaking amazing products to talk about. Talk about it in your own voice. Talk about how it can solve problems. Talk about how it solved your problems. Like Ray posting about, my gut is in serious need of a refresh. Just that tiny little post, people are like, mine too. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be this crazy long post. Like, just talk with people like they're normal people, because that's what they are. They don't want to hear someone go on this crazy rant about XYZ. They just want to know that you've had a problem too and that you've solved it. And then they're like, how can I do that? So my biggest things that I want you to walk away with are: recognize that your voice will change. It will. But own it as it is right now. But know where you're going with your business and treat your business like where you want it to be. Not where it is right now, where you want it to be. Act as though your business is already there. How would that person, I was reading Universe Has Your Back, and I've read it like twice because Ray just knows, and she gets so pissed when I'm the first one to write it down as a recommendation for someone as personal development, but it's so good. And everyone gets something different out of it, which I think is the best part about it, is that it resonates with so many people because it's so personal. It's not like just about a random topic that, it's the same for everyone. It's different for everyone. One thing that I've learned is that, your voice is going to change because you're going to change, and it's a good thing. It shows growth, and it shows people that, that they can change too. That they don't have to stay where they are right now because they've seen you grow. Many people reach out to me after a year and they're like, all right, so about this whole thing that you've been talking about for a long time, I actually should probably take you seriously now because you're actually getting in really good shape and I really like your voice. And I'm like, I tried to talk to you about this a year ago, but like, all right, cool, you can get on the train now. Because as your voice changes and matures, people are going to start respecting you and really looking up to you. And I have this quote sitting right above my desk that says, first they'll ask why, then they'll ask how. Because they're going to see you change, they're going to see you grow, and then they're going to want to know how they can do it too. So, own your voice, treat your business as you want it to be, not as it is, and fail forward. If I had 3 things that I could ever suggest to someone, just fail forward. Like, try the training, just give it a shot. Doesn't work, like, if your first challenge group is a bust, cool, mine was too. Like, don't fret over the little details. Like, I still do that sometimes. Like, that's still a lesson to me that Ray reminds me so kindly of so often. Like, Maddie, get out of your own head. It's cool. Move on. All right, cool. I'll do that. there's this, I'll send the link to Ray. There's a personality test called the Enneagram. I don't know if you've heard about it. It is fantastic because you learn about your core fear, your core desire in life, how you behave when you're in a period of growth, how you behave in a period of stress, how you can go from stress to growth, and then also how you need others to talk to you and how you should best talk to others, who you are as an individual. And it allowed me I took this in August, and it actually opened my eyes as to who I am as a person and helped me define my voice. It helped me realize my gifts, my strengths, my weaknesses. Because here's the thing, you can either focus on your weaknesses and allow them to define you, or you can divvy the work and give your weaknesses to somebody else. Like, give them to somebody else. I've got a girl on my team who's really strong at being organized. She gets that ship because I've tried and the ship has sailed. Like, I will be as organized as humanly possible, but it's not my strength. I'm really good at talking to people. I'm really good at being sympathetic and empathetic with people. I'm not so great at the organization thing. So anyway, that's a suggestion. If you're struggling to really, I feel like because we're all kind of in the relatively similar age bracket, I might actually surprisingly be the oldest for once, which is a little shocking to me because I'm always the youngest. So this is kind of fun. This is a difficult stage to feel like you have a voice, like you're still figuring out who you are. So I highly recommend it. It's like 100 questions. It's kind of a lot, but it's fantastic in helping you really figure out what your voice and your strengths are, if you're curious. Anyway, I think that's all I've got, because otherwise I could ramble on for ages, that, but I probably should.
I loved it. That was awesome. I loved what you said about how obviously, like, I totally agree, like, your voice will constantly change. I can literally assure you that what I talked about at the very beginning of being a coach is completely different to now. And honestly, even what I talked about a year ago versus now, and diving into, like, becoming more spiritually based in my business and my life than just whatever, like, just floating through. And it's funny because I literally I swear by the universe has your back. I've told my entire team about it. So they're probably laughing behind the screen because they're like, yeah, no, we've heard it a million times. Jess has read it a million times too. So it's a very popular book on my team. But my favorite part was when you talked about talking about your business where you want to be, and instead of being in where you are. And I think that's gold. So if you don't take that and run with it, you're not doing yourself a justice from this call, because I cannot agree more. That is exactly what I changed back in July, and honestly, again, stepped it up back in like October. But talking about the business in the sense that you're already where you want to be, being the leader that you want to be, or being the business coach that you want to be, or, whatever it is. Obviously, if you're on this call and you're watching it, it's because you want to grow business. So in the end, you need to be a leader, and you need to be a leader for your clients, and then one day be a leader for your coaches. So being that leader and treating your business where you want it to be, not where it is in the moment, not where you're living in right now, is gold. So figure out what your goals are. They better scare the shit out of you, because if they don't scare you enough that you could literally throw up and want to hide underneath a freaking rock, then they're not big enough. And you have an opportunity to dream so freaking big and actually accomplish that. So take her words, go and treat this business and act like the place you want to be. So for example, ever since I read the book, this book in I want to say September. And it really got me to thinking about like my real goals. And so I've been working on goals, and my big scary ass goals are to be 5-star by March, the end of March. How I'm going to do it, I have zero idea. How it's going to come true, I have zero idea. I have zero clue. Am I scared to death, and do I want to change that to like July? Every single day. But without a shadow of a doubt, I know that it's possible. And if I don't keep treating my business as if I'm going to be a 5-star diamond, or have 5 stars on a 5-star diamond, have 5 diamonds on this team, and I'm never going to work to get there. So that was a big limiting thing for me, a big limiting boundary for me, boulder actually, that as soon as I let that go, as soon as I wrapped my head around that, everything changed. So take those words. I freaking loved that. And I just love the theory of, yes, hell yeah, Jess, frick. Morgan's going to be diamond by the end of freaking December. So we're all going to be freaking diamonds and 1-star by the end of this year. So crank that goal up, Jess. But it's true that that goal has to make you sick to your stomach, like literally has to make you want to cry and make you want to re-evaluate that goal. That's the kind of goal you want, because that's the kind of goal that's going to force you to up level every single day. So I freaking love that. And owning your voice, owning your magic. I love that term, like at that phrase of like owning your magic. I love it. So that was fantastic. Do you guys have any questions while I'm on here? You guys are badass.
The other thing that I was going to say that I just remembered.
Yeah.
So when you're thinking about acting like where your business is, if you don't feel like you have the tools to get there, it means you haven't become the person that
gold.
If you're like, okay, I want to be 5-star diamond by the end of March, but I don't know how to get there, you have to become the 5-star diamond up here first. Those tools will come about, but you have to become that person up here first. And that was something that I realized was like, am I acting like a diamond coach, or am I acting like a baby coach? I was acting like a baby coach, and I was like, well, no, frick, I can't be a diamond coach because I'm not acting like one. So you have to develop up here to get to.
And I'm going to add on, yes, that is freaking gold. And I'm going to add on to that. You can't just have a mindset of, I want to be diamond. You've got to put the actions into being diamond. If there's one lesson that I want you to take away from my personal experience as a diamond, and actually Maddie has a very similar pathway through diamond. I hit diamond more times than I could even count, because I would hit it and lose it, hit it and lose it, hit it and lose it. And the reason I would hit it is because I worked as a diamond for like a day. And then I would drop, and I would be so lazy with my business, and I did not act the way a diamond needed to act. I didn't treat my business and talk about my business and use my voice, and I didn't, not even to myself, about the way I wanted to be. So both of you on the call, Morgan and Jess, you guys both want to grow the business. You want to get to diamond. What you need to do right now is 2 things. Number 1, you need to get up here. I am a diamond, and it's fucking possible. Right now, right here, tonight, you could make it happen. But then you need to do the work. You need to show up, and every single day you need to ask yourself, am I doing the job of a diamond? What does diamond mean to you? To me, diamond was like this step of leadership. To me, it was that first milestone of like, okay, I'm a leader. I actually have to show up for people. Like, whoa, that's what diamond meant for me. So I started doing that. Even when there was nobody to show up for, I showed up anyways. I showed up on my social media. I showed up on my challenge groups the way that I felt a diamond needed to. And now I've changed that and grew just a little bit more into, what does a 5-star look like? What would I look like as a 5-star diamond? And I do that. I'm not there yet, but I'm damn well gonna be because I'm acting like that already. So take this right now and figure out, you gotta wrap your head around the fact that you can get there, and then the fact that you can do the actions to get there. So what does it look like to you to get there? Are you working 100 hours a day, or are you being effective? Are you doing certain things differently, or are you doing the same, just doing more of it? What exactly are you doing that is going to get you to diamond?
What did Jess just ask?
She said, how do you find that balance between acting like that coach you want to be for your current clients and pouring that energy into finding those new people? Wah, wah, wah. This is exactly what I just had a conversation with Maddie about this past week. So this is like a magical question. Thank you, viewers, for showing up when you
answer you. Everyone's journey is different. No one's journey is going to look like yours. Their goals are not your goals. You cannot expect them to show up if they're not ready to show up yet. If they're not willing to show up, you go find someone else, because I have freaking dragged my feet in the dirt for one of my coaches. She's my oldest coaches. She's also related to me. And I'm over it. I've wasted so much energy trying to drag her. So now what I say is, let them know they're loved. Let them know they're supported. Make sure they have all the tools that they could use if they choose to, and move the fuck on. Because if you keep wasting your energy on someone who doesn't want, something bigger for themselves, you're going to be so emotionally drained. Speaking from experience, if I get one more message from Bonnie Engel that says, have you checked on Jesse's downline yet? I'm going to. She messaged me right before this call, by the way. And
classic Bonnie.
Like, I can't. She was like, can I send her a gift? And I was like, stop it. I need to focus. You're making it early. Go away.
Yeah.
You have your call tonight. Get off mine.
Yeah. So just to been doing that for too long, and I've been working on, I attract ready and willing people to me affirmations. Yes. Amen. So Jess, I will say I kind of have been starting to figure out that, but I feel like we all struggle with that balance because we all genuinely enjoy the challenge group aspect, whereas Bonnie really leads the business with the business. And I think that's very different. So I think for us, it's very challenging to balance between finding coaches and opening up space for them, but also staying and loving on our challengers. So for that, I would say basically my thing is open space. Keep space open for the people that you need. So Jess, you need new people. You need to refresh. You got to go in like new people mode. And you can do that without taking away from what you already have and what you're already giving to your challengers. Just do a little less of it, right? They don't know that. They don't know that you're over there stressing about that one post that you didn't give to them today. They're just there and they love you already. They already appreciate you for giving them that opportunity. So take a little step back. And basically today I was like, okay, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to spend one day out of the week diving into the team. All of the rest of the days are going to be on growth of the team. And then one day is going to be, diving into challenge group and thinking about ideas and inviting to a challenge group and all of that. But everything else is going to be in growth mode. So kind of, for me, divvied out that percentage and that balance with days versus time. For me, I'm like such a, I go all in all at one time. I'm like, one day has to be all inviting to new people. One day has to be all inviting to, coaching. One day has to be all about challenge groups. And then I can't find the balance. So today I've decided that I'm going to do like days and I won't feel so stressed. I won't feel so guilty about, maybe not doing an invite because I spread so much love on my team or whatever. So like for today, that was like what I did. It was all about how can I prep and be ready and get shit ready for the team. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, you're 100% right. Like I attract ready and willing people. And honestly, go even further than that with like, what will they look like? What types of things what types of habits are they going to have? That was something that I took from Bonnie one time, and it really, really helped. Like I kept saying I wanted dedicated people, but I was like the furthest thing from dedicated. I wanted hardworking people, and I was the laziest fucking coach at that time. So I changed that around, and I started being what I wanted to attract. So
that is so key and undervalued.
Yeah.
Like, be what you want in a coach.
And I feel like we know that. I feel like we hear it all the time. But we actually have to do it, and I think we do it, and then it's like getting aligned and misaligned. It's getting aligned and coming out of alignment. It's getting there, and then easily we're snapped right out of it. So Jess and I just watched the webinar from Gabby. I don't know if you did, Maddie, but her new book came out, and we obviously ordered it. And with it, it was like this webinar seminar thing that she did. And she just talked about like how easy it is to come into alignment and then get out of it, like literally in a split second, and being able to bring yourself back into alignment. It's honestly like very similar to that. So being focused, and then you get unfocused, and then it's like, hey, get your shit together, right? Refocus again, or focus again, right? Get your shit together. That's literally what I kept telling myself when I'm like out of focus and if I'm not doing well, my thing is get your shit together, and what are you doing that you are, you can change, that you want in a coach? What types of things do you want in a coach? Are you doing those?
Yeah, no, for sure. I am been struggling with that with the transition in social media outlets. So transitioning from Facebook to Instagram, but not neglecting Facebook, because I still use Facebook for groups and stuff. So I don't want to completely neglect it. But really just being mindful of, like if you don't, here's my thing that Bonnie probably is going to hate me for. If you don't post 3 to 5 times one day, no one else is going to care. They don't care. Like, people are so caught up in their own lives. However, like if you miss posting 3 to 5 times because you were being lazy as AF, like that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you were like digging into your business, working super hard on developing content, and you realize that you've forgotten to post, don't fret about it. Like, you've done what you needed to do that day to move your business forward. And that's what you needed to do. Don't think twice about it. Just move
as
on.
long as it's things that are moving your business forward,
Yes.
Showing up on your social media can be such an incredible way of inviting people. And for me, like I know I've talked to you guys about using links and using Linktree and using forms and all of that. To me, it's like, okay, I haven't invited personally yet today. I need to go do a post, because writing a post and inviting gets me excited to personally invite. Like, I don't just wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to message all these strangers. But I think that's just like my introverted, I don't want to talk to strangers type of personality. So posting about it and getting myself excited with that post, definitely. But she's 100% right. Like today, I didn't post all afternoon because I was learning. I was doing so much learning about ADD obsession, and a little obsessed, and talking or figuring out how the game plan is going to be for the rest of the month. And all of a sudden, like, fucking 5 hours went by, and I'm like, where the hell did this go? And it's okay. You don't have to stress about it. So absolutely. Okay, I'm going to cut this off. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much, Maddie. That was fantastic. Loved it. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, go and use your voice for purpose. And remember, as much as I adore the saying of, if you help one person, that's amazing. don't stop there. You can help a butt fuck ton of people. So go and fucking help people. They're here. They're out there. There's millions of people who need our help, and they need your voice. So go and own your magic. Yay. Okay. Have an amazing night, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Yes.